Hey guys, I want to do another Chatty Get Ready with me, and this video is actually sponsored by the Always Like a Girl campaign, and I am so excited to be working with them. Got loads of cool stuff coming up over like the next 6 months, and oh, it's so good, it's so good. So this campaign is Keep Going Like a Girl, and it's all about perseverance through failure and kind of eradicating that fear of failure in general. And Always did this huge survey of loads of girls and women about things like failure and confidence, and I want to talk about some of the results of that in a bit. But first I need to dry my hair. I have kind of just let it air dry most this morning, but let's just get it all, shall we? And also I need to brush it. So I am part of the Like a Girl squad, which is with Alicia Dixon and Jane Kenyon, who is the founder of the Girls Out Loud charity, and the three of us are doing loads of work on the campaign over the next 6 months, which is really exciting. Right, let's dry this hair. All right, that'll do. Let's get you off my face. Again, the back fringe is still here. So the big survey that Always did, I've got some notes here. It's very exciting. Did you hear that dog barking? So, oh, that's a doorbell. Great. This is, okay, hold on, BRB. Our new vacuum cleaner has arrived. Adulting. So the results of this survey said that about 64% of girls lost confidence around puberty, and 94% said that lost confidence was around the fear of failure. And puberty is just such a crazy time for everybody, really, isn't it? And depending on when you go through puberty, if you're one of the first, if you're quite early, or if you're late, that can just have a huge knock on your confidence and everything else that's happening, like bodily changes and figuring out who you are and what your purpose is. And then on top of that, school, which, school. And also with the school thing, let me just check my notes. 71% said that school was where they experience the fear of failure most often. And oh my goodness, I can relate to this so much because I was such like a goody two-shoes in school, and the fear of failing exams or not getting homework in on time or getting a question wrong was just, and I've been thinking a lot about failure recently because of this campaign and just like what it means to me, and I couldn't really think of any big momentous occasions in my life where I've failed, but I still have lots of memories of having that fear, that horrible fear of failure. And then also there's been a few times in my life where I've quit something, where I've not done something because that fear of failure has gotten the better of me and I just didn't do the thing that I wanted to do. For instance, like a couple of years ago, I had an idea for like a short film that I wanted to make, and I just sat on it for ages, and then I just didn't do it. There's just so much that I just want to do, and I'm just so terrified of it all. When I was a kid, I quit football because I was scared of like being the only girl. I was afraid of getting hurt, like physically getting hurt. I'm afraid of pain. I was really good at football when I was like a much younger kid, and I was like the captain of the team, and all the boys would be like, Hannah, pick me for your team, pick me, and I loved it. Also, was at Summer in the City recently, and this happened. So I clearly have some skills. I should not have quit football, and it was just that fear of failing, that fear of being bad and being laughed at, and that embarrassment. But then there have been some situations where I have failed completely because I took a risk, but it actually all turned out fine. Okay, so if you try, maybe you'll succeed, and yes, okay, maybe you'll fail, but the fear and that unknown of what will happen if you fail is sometimes even more scary than actually the reality of it. And we build it up and we have these huge expectations, and it's going to be the most disastrous, most embarrassing, awful thing ever. And then when you actually do put yourself out there and you fail from time to time, or you get rejected or whatever it is, you know, you allow yourself to be vulnerable and you do the things, and then you fail, and then you're like, that wasn't so bad. And then the next time it makes it less scary. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this anywhere before, but I completely butchered my final history A-level exam. And some of you will know that I went on to university and did history. Yes, I did. But history was my A-level that I got the worst mark in, because my final exam, I just took a risk on one of the questions and it didn't work. It did not work and I completely failed it, and I was on holiday with my parents when you get your results and you see what university you got into, and I didn't get into my first choice university and I was devastated. But luckily I had a backup and they still accepted me onto the history course, which was the University of Birmingham. And, you know, it was meant to be. Like, I just can't see my life having gone in any other direction from that. The people I met there, the course, the tutors, that city and that campus. Experiencing failure, you know, it's good for the soul. It is. It really is good for the soul. But it's unfortunate the way that we view failure. And also in this survey, let me get my stats, 47% of girls felt that society rejects failure and they feel that pressure to succeed. And oh boy. And then on top of that, more than 70% said that social media contributes to that fear of failure. And I can so see this. It's not that a fear of failure is like more now or is only just happening now because of social media. No, I think it just heightens it. Like, these problems are universal and have been happening forever. But when you're looking at social media, and this is cliche because people say this all of the time, but it is the highlights of somebody's life that you are seeing. It is edited, it is selected, it is there to, you know, give a certain message across of the type of person that you are, or the kinds of things that you like, and the kind of life that you have. What's that quote? It's like, comparison is the death of joy. Who knows? I can't talk and do eyeliner at the same time. Yeah, I still haven't learnt how to put eyeliner on with one hand, okay? Whoops, that one's bigger. Eyeliner is sisters, not twins. So that'll do. So when you see people's lives on social media and they look perfect and, you know, they never seem to fail at anything and everything is going right for them, you're not getting the full picture. That's not what's happening there. And my advice is not to turn off your phone, get off the computer. Like, that's not realistic at all. But it's just about being able to think critically about the things that you see, but also curate your social media feed. Like, choose wisely the people that you want to follow and the people that you want to see in your feed when you're scrolling through Instagram photos or on Twitter or whatever, because that's your space online and you can fill it with whatever you want. And I would recommend filling it with real and positive people who will make you feel good. And there are people out there like that who you can follow that will make you feel better about yourself and not worse. And the thing is that I'm preaching to not be scared of failure and being like, failure is good for you. But I'm still a victim to this. There are so many things that I want to do and I'm so scared of doing them because I think it'll be rubbish or bad or I'm going to fail at it and everyone will laugh at me. I'm not like super confident in my ability to be able to like pull certain things off. One thing I will say that I am good at in terms of overcoming that fear of failure is in relationships and rejection. For some reason, I don't know, I can always remember being quite confident when it comes to like asking boys out and like saying how I feel and allowing myself to be vulnerable. That doesn't mean that I don't experience that fear of getting rejected. That fear of rejection is very similar to that fear of failure. But the thing is, I think I've been rejected so many times that I'm not scared of it anymore. And so I can just like put myself out there and say how I feel and not be apologetic about it. And, you know, if someone's like, hey, I like you too, I'm like, oh my God, that's great. And if they're like, no, sorry, I'm like, no worries, have a nice day. And I wish I was more like that when it comes to work and creative projects. That I'm working on that. I'm working on overcoming that fear of failure and just kind of like persevering through it. Writing my book, oh my God, I was so terrified that everyone would hate it and it would be the worst thing ever, or that I wouldn't be able to complete it or write it in the first place. Being on the other side of that, I'm like, oh, I did it. It was fine and it's gone really well and people like the book and but before all of that it was like this daunting task and starting things is always the hardest, because starting, you like see the end and you need to break it down into little tasks, and then you see everything that could possibly go wrong. Ooh, right, where's my curling iron? We're gonna curl hair. But basically, overcoming failure is what this whole Keep Going Like a Girl campaign is all about. And as I said before, me, Alicia Dixon, and Jane Kenyon are part of the Like a Girl squad, and we are actually going to be making some podcasts together. And they are going to be live from the 6th of September, and I'll be tweeting and stuff when they're out, so you'll be able to listen to them. We're going to be talking about things like failure and confidence and all of that stuff. And then in March there's the Like a Girl Academy, which is a day for young girls with like workshops and mentoring all around these topics and themes that we've been talking about, which I can't wait for. It's going to be really good. But yeah, there's going to be lots of chances for you to get involved in the campaign as well. So keep an eye on my like social, Twitter and Instagram and stuff for info on that. Oh, I'm not very good at this. There we go. I am now ready. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear your stories about failure and perseverance and all of that stuff in the comments. And if you fancy tweeting your stories too, make sure to use Keep Going, #LikeAGirl, and keep an eye out for the 6th of September when the podcasts go live with me and Alicia and Jane. And if there are any nagging thoughts in your head right now of a thing that you really want to do, a project you want to start, a hobby you want to do, a person you want to ask out, but you are scared of failure, maybe have a little hard think about that and go do it. Those are my words of encouragement to you today. Thanks again to Always and the Like a Girl campaign for sponsoring this video. I am also now going to reassess some of the things that I am too scared to do and maybe do them. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe because I make new videos every week. Bye!